Hello, my dear Sagittarius. What a reading. This seems like this full moon, which is happening in February, 4th of February, is all about relationships. This is clearly the message is coming. That there's a lot of people involved. Maybe the last full moon was about relationships, and now it's kind of like aftermath. Or if this was a slow beginning of the year and no relationship, it seems like this new moon is starting something remarkable in a way, because the energies are like you're starting something new. You have a fresh start. Maybe it was in the early of this year, but now during this full moon until the next new moon until the next full moon, you're going to have this sense of freedom. You're owning it, and that's a very big the start of reading, realizing that you have all this joy. You've been taking a lot of risks, now you start to see if those risks are paying off. And I think you know yourself that whatever decisions you made, it was the right, the mature one, was serving you. It was ready. I mean, you were ready for this decision, and I'm happy for you that you actually did something and changed your life. But the challenge is there's a lot of selfishness is the word here. I mean, it's okay to be selfish, but there's something dark traits of a selfish. Are you taking advantage of people somehow for your own gain? Is it materially or physically, emotionally, you are taking advantage, maybe too much, of other people's good nature and well? Yeah, because this king has always been representative of these dark traits we all have, the shadow side, as Jung say. And somehow I feel like behind this freedom and that you are able to do whatever you want in life, that you're a risk taker. You know that you can survive, but have you learned how to use other people for your own gain? If this is the case, I really want, especially that the moon card was coming up. This new moon is the message is that you should really look into yourself and see what you're doing. Because why it's so important to acknowledge what you're doing is karma. Just a friendly reminder that everything you do to other people will come doubled, tripled back to you. So if you think your behavior is acceptable in some way, that it's okay if somebody does that to you, then do it. But if you have a feeling that you're doing something wrong, think about it. Because whatever you put out in the world will come back. So if you're acting shady or taking advantage, someone will do that to you. So it's a dog-eat-dog world, right? So think about it. And why there's a past energy coming from the lovers. So maybe this situation is more love relationship. It doesn't necessarily mean romantic. This could be friend, family, relationship, but a close one, that you have a really close connection. So is this related, what I've been talking to someone you have a connection with? Or do you feel it was more one-sided? It could be the other way around, that you were the one who was being taken advantage of. Your kindness, your giving energy. So your conscious mind wants to especially withdraw a little bit, and I understand there's another sign for the moon card. So this is it's a call for inner work, and that is exactly the perfect time, because this is still beginning of year. So if there's lessons to be learned, and the new moon, the next following 17 days or so, it's a good time to think about things you want. Because in a way, there is some message that wants to come out from your subconscious, that you want to give something. You want to give your love. You want to deliver a message to your closed ones. But you can't hear it if you don't silence your mind, silence your ego and thinking mind, and maybe you should just take a time for yourself and just think about nothing and feel everything. Because I feel like when you're ready, deliver something, do it fast. Do it really fast. Don't even think about it. When you are certain about your feelings, go after it. Go after it, what you want in life. This is a rare scene, but I'm curious about whether we're talking about the decisions you're making and then the outside forces. It's the Lovers reversed, meaning that it's a good energy. I don't see Lovers card in reversed, never a bad message. It's just that maybe there is something influencing you from the outside. Somebody is trying to influence you to make your decision. Maybe there's a triangle here. Maybe you have a third party situation, or lovers or girlfriends, boyfriends, whoever you want to call it. Maybe you have somebody who tries to come in between or somehow influence you and your life. But I think this is I think you need this selfishness here, meaning that I've been said in a bad way, that maybe if you've been selfish to another person, you have your reasons to be selfish. And I think you have to trust your intuition when it says that it's better to pull back a little bit and not to do anything. Maybe it's time to wait. Maybe, this is just, there's so much energies coming from other people, and there's a lot of messages. So maybe, the outcome for reading is night, actually all nights here, except one. But their energies are saying the delivered message and then patience. You don't have to be on the move. You already done so much in your past energy, so it doesn't have to happen right away. So if something is meant for you, wait, because nothing good ever comes for being rapid, or just move on and running towards something. Just be patient.